Hi friends. Yesterday was the full moon, and a lot of times full moons bring up a lot of intense feelings and emotions. We might see them being released in others' behaviors and the intensity of situations around the world. And so we just finished a full moon yesterday, and so we might have been feeling the need to let go of some things, either emotionally or physically or mentally. And so I was hosting a few full moon yoga classes today, and we did the moon salutation flow, and I think it's really helpful to help move some of that stuck energy and that stuck the things that we no longer need in our lives. It helps us move that through our bodies so that we can let go of it and surrender and be open to new things in our lives. So I thought it would be nice, because several of you have asked if I can show you some yoga in chairs. And so this is all levels yoga in chairs, and we're going to do the moon salutation from a chair. So again, always go at your own pace. If anything hurts, please back out of it. And we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm in my chair. I'm going to actually rotate it a little bit this way so that you can see my warm-up exercises. So we're going to start with a brief warm-up, and we're going to start with a seated. We're actually going to start with our shoulder rolls. So we're going to breathe in, and we're going to shrug up and roll our shoulders back as we breathe out. Breathing in as we come up and out as we come down. Just a few shoulder rolls, loosening up, and then reversing directions. And then coming back to center. So now you can leave both your feet on the ground, or you can cross one leg over the other for this twist. I'll show you with both feet on the ground. I'm going to move my chair forward again. Both feet on the ground. You take your left hand and you place it on the outside of your right knee, and then you reach back for your chair and you kind of pull yourself just gently into a twist to the right. Breathing in and out. Seeing if you can maybe deepen with each out breath. Twisting a little further. But always at your own pace. Coming back to center, switching sides. Right hand comes to the outside of your left knee. Left hand comes back behind you to the chair, and twisting over to the left side and breathing. When I'm in these twists, I like to encourage people to notice something new that they've never noticed about whatever wall or landscape that they're looking at as they twist. So I challenge you to do the same. Coming back to center, we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So in your chair with your feet planted on the ground, you're going to curl. You're going to stick your belly out, and you're going to curl your back, round your back, and look up at the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you're going to roll your back, kind of like you're rolling into a ball, and look down at your lap. And then breathing in, you're going to come up again. Nice curve in your spine, looking up at the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, rounding forward, curling up into that ball. Do a few more of these at your own pace. Coming back to neutral. All right, so we're gonna get into our moon salutation. So from your seated position, make sure you have room to the outside of your chair. I'm in my tiny house camper, so I am getting creative on the space. So I'm gonna adjust my chair a little bit so that I have a little bit extra room, but make sure you have enough because we are gonna go use the space out to the sides of us. So the first part of our moon salutation is to sit. You might want to scoot a little bit forward on your chair so that you're more towards the front edge of the chair. Plant your feet down on the ground. Knees are bent. We take a big breath in and we raise our hands up. And we bring our palms together, stretching up towards the sky. And we're just going to slowly move our hands to the right, kind of making a crescent shape with our body, our upper body. Our bottom and our legs stay facing forward. The rest of our body, try not to move forward like this, but just keep it, your spine straight. We're stretching that left side of our body. Then coming back to neutral spine. Bringing our hands down, we're going to separate our legs. We're going to do seated goddess. Okay, so your feet are going to point out a little bit, out towards the outer edges of the room. You're going to, with your breath in, you're going to reach back and grab the back of your chair. And you're going to plant your feet down. And as you breathe in, you're just going to slowly lift your bottom up off the chair. So you're in kind of a low squat over your chair. And then as you breathe out, you're going to sit back down. So we're going to do that a few more times. Breathing in and coming up. You can push back with your arms if that helps. And then coming back down. Breathing in, coming up. And then coming back down. Let's do one more. Breathe in, come up. And breathe out, come down. Now your left leg is going to point forward and your right leg is going to come. You're still positioned on your chair. So your left hip is positioned on your chair. Your left leg is bent in front of you. Your right leg is back straight behind you. And you breathe in, bring your arms up for seated warrior two. Looking out over your your left hand. Just for a few breaths, stretching out our hips. If you feel any pain in your hips, just release that back leg forward a little bit. All right, then bringing your back foot forward a little bit, so you're kind of more like in a lunge. You're going to face this front knee, and you're going to take a breath in, and you're going to start to fold over that bent knee, okay? Just as far as you can go. You can bring your hands to your heart center like this, or if you'd like a little bit more chest opening, you can clasp them behind you and relax down over your knee. You might need to put some pressure into your left foot to help with stability. A little bit of maybe pressure in your back toes, your heel. Your back heel might come up off the ground a bit. This is seated humble warrior. Breathing in as you come back up through warrior two. Breathing in as you come forward into goddess pose again. Breathing in as you come up and out as you come down. In as you come up and out as you come down. Bring your feet together. Breathe in. Raise your arms up. And this time we're going to lean over to the left side, stretching that right side body. Coming back up, bringing our hands down. We're going to come into that goddess yet again. You can stay here if this feels comfortable, or you can again do the seated squats. This helps strengthen your quad muscles, your glute muscles, helps give you a nice stretch in your inner thighs. All right, now your right foot is going to turn out. Your left foot is going to come behind you for warrior two, seated warrior two on this side. Arms come up, look out towards your right fingers. Just a few breaths. You can bring your hands down. You can position your back leg, your back foot forward a little bit. So you're more of that lunge. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, folding over your knee, hands at heart center or back behind you. However you want to experience your humble warrior. Rising back up through warrior two. Bringing yourself back into goddess pose. Again, 3 rounds of the seated squat. Bringing your legs together, taking a breath in, bringing your hands to heart center, and that is seated moon salutation. So now from our chairs, I'd like to do just a bit of a cool down and then Shavasana. So planting your left foot down, bringing your right ankle over onto on top of your left knee. Staying here if this is how far you want to go, or you can flex your foot back, make the stretch a little deeper, or you can breathe in and as you breathe out, slowly fold over your legs. This is seated pigeon. It's really good for loosening up your hips, your hip socket, especially if you've been sitting for a long time. I know a lot of people are working from home, from their computers, probably sitting more than they would like, or maybe not. Maybe everybody's enjoying, a lot of people are enjoying getting to sit down for a little bit. Could be both. Coming back up, releasing that down, switching legs. Again, choosing your pigeon on this side, perhaps noticing if there's any difference in tension or tightness on this side. Leaning forward if you choose. Releasing that foot back down. We're going to set up for a restorative position. So I'm laying on the floor, bringing our feet up onto the chair, our knees bent and our bottom towards the chair. We're going to roll back onto our back and lay down, letting our legs relax and feel heavy on the chair. Knees can fall open if that's helpful. Just relaxing here. This is called modified legs up the wall. And it's really good to bring the blood flow from our feet back up into our hearts and our brain. It's a really great place for Shavasana. So you can stay here, or you can move your chair and extend your legs out in front of you so you're laying down on the floor. And you can begin your Shavasana. And I will send you off with a namaste from wherever you are at. And I hope you enjoyed our moon salutation from the chair. Namaste.